Cars and coffee, guys. RC cars and coffee. Boy, do we have an exciting one for you guys. You guys already know I preach about finding good deals, finding things on sale, finding things used, that are out there in the marketplace, if you will, whether that be Facebook, Craigslist, any of the Bash Maps now kind of has their own marketplace as well. We've got an exciting one for you guys today, and this is something. This is a car. It's let me just drop it. It's new car day, okay? But it's not traditional new car day because I'm not a traditional YouTuber and I don't go about things traditionally, of course. So I've got a brand new car to show you. I want to kind of set the stage, though. As you guys all know, the RC hobby is expensive. And when you're in the RC hobby, whether it be racing, bashing, crawling, drifting, whatever it may be, the RC hobby is very expensive. I usually do my absolute best to scour the internet for used cars when I'm looking for a new basher or a new race car or a new crawler or any sort of new RC car. And we've shot videos like this before where I try to go out and just find good deals and then show you guys that those good deals are out there. They take a little bit of hard work on finding. So we picked up a new car on Marketplace, and I am so excited for this because this is kind of like one of the top 10 cars that was on my bucket list to get and to try out and to run and see how it is. I've never, as far as bashers go, I've never ran anything bigger than a 4S car, and that being my UDR. The UDR is kind of my biggest basher that I have, and unfortunately, just like everybody else's UDR, my UDR is broke and needs to be fixed. So instead of fixing it and doing the right thing and fixing my basher, we went and got another one because why not, right? So let me go grab this thing, and I'm going to show you like this. I found this thing literally brand new, brand spanking new, to the point where someone hadn't even used it yet. So let me grab this thing and show you, and let's dive into today's episode. Boom. Look at that thing. Big old Sledge. Big old Traxxas Sledge. Look at this monster truck of an RC car, guys. This is the 6S Sledge. Now, you guys want to know how I know this thing's brand new and never been ran? Check this out, okay? As I was going through it when I bought it the other day, there is still chunks of styrofoam stuck in the wing from the packaging. And then the other big indicator, obviously, is the chassis. Nothing's been ran. No scratches, no tire wear. Boom. Guys, this thing is freaking epic. I've never had an RC car this big, and I don't even know if I want to use it, to be honest with you. Like I said, this has kind of been one of those I've always had like a Traxxas bucket list, and I know most RC car enthusiasts, addicts like myself, usually have that. It's kind of I call it the bucket list of RC cars, right? It's kind of that, like, this is the end all be all for your collection if you were to get these. Even though we know it wouldn't be the end all be all, but still it's something that we admire to add to our RC collection. And this has been one of the cars that I've had on that list for a long time. I mean, the Sledge is a long-lasting model that Traxxas has made. And it's just a beast of a monster truck. It's a 6S car. Traxxas advertises that it'll do 70 plus miles an hour. Now, are we going to test that? No. I will probably make this thing an absolute shelf queen, just because it is one of my bucket list pieces, and I know I'll probably get all kinds of shame comments for how could you buy such a car and not use it, or how could you spend so much money on a car and not want to, trash it. And it's like, well, that's the other part of the hobby, is that there's a fine line between what you take out bashing, some that you keep collectible, right? Everybody's kind of got that balance. So right now, the big deal on the interweb is the 50th anniversary monster trucks. Like, you see guys out there bashing these, special edition cars, and I wouldn't do that if I ended up with one of those 50th anniversary monster trucks, but that's just me. I to each their own. If you spend your hard-earned money on it, then and you want to use it, go use that thing. Because it's not like they don't make parts for it. You can go and buy the parts. I know that there'll probably be some limited releases in parts to where they won't be available forever. But if you are going to go bash it, maybe you stock up on some of that. So, but yeah, like I said, this Sledge, guys, is huge. I didn't even realize how big it was compared to like even my UDR or a couple of my other 10 scale bashers. Until I showed up to pick this thing up, and I was just like, holy smokes. So let's dive into this thing, see what it's all about. We're gonna kind of go around the whole car. I'll probably take a couple wheels off just so you guys can see the dramatic difference between like a 10 scale and a, you know, I think they call this an 8 scale or maybe 7 scale. So don't quote me on that, but this is much, much bigger than most 10 scale stuff that people are used to seeing. So we've got it in the green colorway, and as I showed you before, this thing's got the super nice anodized green skid plate straight out of the box, I'm assuming. I know that they made a couple different versions of these sledges throughout the last probably 10 years or so. So I'm assuming that the green skid plate comes factory because it doesn't look like it's been touched at all. We got the green colorway, of course. Now this thing has the clipless body, which if you are, you know, I've ranted and raved about the clipless body from Traxxas, and getting rid of body pins. It is probably the most crucial change for bashers that I've seen in the hobby in a long time, long time. So, back corner here, we've got our 2 tabs for the clipless body. We're going to go ahead and pop those. And then instead of having ones up front, like most of the 10 scale stuff, this just slides forward and comes off. Okay. And then you've got a big old skeleton bracing inside that allows the body not to collapse on each other if you are going to go out and bash this thing hardcore. So, that's pretty cool. Now let's take a look inside this thing. This is like the epitome of RC electronics. Cause I mean, that motor, it's a 2000 kV motor. It's about as big as my fist, for one. Same with the ESC. This is the VXL 6S ESC from Traxxas. You guys have seen this multiple times. They put it in a lot of their big 7th, 8th, and 5th scale monster trucks and bashers. As far as the servo goes, it has the 2275 standard Traxxas servo in there. You guys can take a quick look at that. You got your battery tray. You can double stack a couple batteries in there to run it on 6S. The one thing I like about these bigger scale trucks from Traxxas is that when you pick a color scheme, they add a lot of the accessories, the anodized metal accessories, to help kind of integrate the whole truck's color scheme. And I probably think that's one of the cooler parts of some of the bashers from Traxxas. Now, I know a lot of people will hate on Traxxas bashers and how they're weak compared to maybe some of the other brands on the market, but I'll tell you what, the fit and finish is there. And fit and finish can a lot of times be half of what the RC enthusiast is looking for. So, we've got green anodized steering links up front. We've got the cross brace, the chassis brace across the front. That's green anodized as well. We've got green anodized shocks. And I mean, dude, look at these shocks. I wish I had a 10 scale like Traxxas shock or something up here, but I don't. I'm going to lift this up and give you guys a quick look at that. But look at the size of those shocks. I mean, monster truck. There's a reason they call this thing a monster truck and not a stadium truck, I guess, because it does represent a little bit more of like a stadium truck than it does a monster truck. But this thing's freaking huge. Huge. Yeah, oh, real quick. The other cool part, okay? 2 other cool parts, actually. This car, obviously, comes with the Traxxas Link Wi-Fi module and the remote. This guy labels his remotes the same way I do. So that part's cool. Comes with the Bluetooth control module, so we'll be able to hook up the Traxxas app, no problem. Be able to make adjustments if we need to, and go from there. And then this is the other cool part, and why I feel like this was half the deal it was, is because it came with the Traxxas starter pack. So this has been open, guys, but it hasn't been open. Like, never been used. Batteries never been charged, never been plugged into the car. I mean, this is huge, right? So we ended up getting a dual live easy peak charger, and then we've got 2 of the 3 cell 5,000 milliamp batteries, which this is what we use in a couple of our tent scales. So we know those are good, long lasting batteries. But look at this. Dual peak charger, brand new in the box, never even been used. 2 Traxxas batteries. It's like, I don't know. I literally was trying to add up the money that was saved here, and I'm so excited to get this thing charged up and get out and bash it. But like I said, I probably am not going to bash this thing the way you guys want to see it bashed on my channel, and I apologize for that. But part of that is because, like I said, this is something that's on my RC bucket list. And I with the holidays, it's funny because, like, in my world, if you will, my 9 to 5 or 8 to 5 world, I love bashing. Racing's kind of my passion. Like, I love to race because of my competitiveness, but going out to a skate park, going out to a field, going out to bash RC cars is probably one of my top 5 things to do. Okay. Now, with that comes destroying RC cars if you're really bashing that hard. And it's tough because, like, the RC hobby is very expensive, and when you break things, depending on what you break, it can be very expensive, especially if you decide to do upgrades so that you don't break it again. And so this being one of my cars on my bucket list, I really don't want to spend that much time fixing this. And I'd really love to see this thing just stay brand new looking. I don't know. It's just part of me and the way that I think. I know that I'll probably get a ton of hate comments for it, and that's fine. Whatever. When the apocalypse happens and I need to run to the store with my FPV on my Traxxas car, it'll still be brand new. Just kidding. Anyways, it's kind of a bucket list item. I picked it up the other day, and I haven't really been able to sleep at all since I picked it up, just because I've been so nervous about doing the video and, like, how I'm going to drive it and this, that, and the other. And yeah, I think my final decision is that we're going to probably go take it to a park. We'll probably go run it around, see what the speed's like, just see what some 6S action is all about. But we're not going to jump it. We're not going to go take it out in the dirt. I don't want to break it. So, and that's that. Hopefully, if you guys are looking, like I said, if you guys are looking for one of these, right now is kind of the best time, whether you're looking new or used. If you're looking new, Traxxas has their holiday sale going on for 2 more days. It goes till the end of the year. You could save yourself $150 off of this bad boy right here. Brand new, out of the box, not even used off marketplace, hoping it's never been ran. Like, brand spanking new. You can pick one right up with the link below from Traxxas, and no discount code needed either. It's just straight up $150 off. Which Traxxas doesn't do usually too many sales on the bigger scale stuff, so they usually only do that stuff for the holidays. So make sure you don't miss out on that. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. How would you guys take this thing out and drive it? What would you do? What upgrades would you do? Being that this thing's kind of already got a few upgrades with the aluminum chassis brace, the nicer shocks, the nicer bell crank, the chassis plate. I mean, I know most of this stuff comes with it out of the box, but I know there's more upgrades for it. So what upgrades would you guys do? Drop a comment down below. And then, like I said, if you want to pick one up, a couple of the suppliers out on the market, including Traxxas, A-Main, they've got these on sale still, so you can scoop yourself up a good deal. I hope you guys enjoyed looking at this Sledge, like I said, and enjoying my story a little bit. This is one of those bucket list cars that, as an RC enthusiast, that you don't always get an opportunity to score one on a good deal on marketplace that literally still has styrofoam in the wing from pulling it out of the box. I wish the sucky part is the guy had actually thrown the box away, so I wasn't able to get the actual original box for it, which that would have been kind of cool. It would have made it seem a little bit more like I had bought it brand new myself, but at the price I bought it at, can't really complain. So we are gonna get a couple batteries charged up. We're gonna do this as like a 2-part video though, just because this one was so long in explaining the story and my passion for some of these bigger bashers. So like I said, this is a very, very cool add to my collection, and I know, maybe it won't stay in my collection forever. Maybe it'll go down the road at some point for something new that they release. I mean, there's always new cars getting released like every month, so you never know. But the batteries, I mean, the battery and the charger, that was worth it. You know what I mean? Like, I can use those batteries and not just the Sledge. I can use it in a lot of other cars that I already have. So, yeah, and then I've always talked about this, guys. I'm getting ready to put the body back on here, and these clipless bodies, probably the most game-changing thing for bashers, to be able to just slip that on the front, push down on the back, and have it. So there you go, guys. Traxxas 6S Sledge to the collection. We'll get this thing out on the field, show you guys some speed tests, but we'll probably do that in a part 2 video just to kind of break this thing up. I know you guys don't like the long videos anymore, so we'll try and keep it short, simple, sweet. Hopefully you guys had a good Christmas too. It's Tuesday after Christmas. We're rolling up on New Year's here in a couple days, getting ready to jump into 2026, which you guys already know. If you follow the channel, 2026 is going to be a huge year for the channel. We're pretty excited. So make sure you stay tuned. If you guys like this video, make sure you smash the like button. And then, like I said, you guys can grab one right now. 2 more days left on the sale. Save $150. Grab yourself a Traxxas Sledge. And go rip the parks. Go rip a skate park. Go rip the open fields. Build yourself a jump to send this thing off of and do backflips. You guys know this is kind of one of those Traxxas cars that's pretty decent at doing backflips and stuff. And I wish I had the nerve to like go out and send this thing like that. But unfortunately, I don't. I'm not that ballsy with this expensive of an RC car, so I apologize. We will run it a little bit. I'm not saying we won't run it. We won't use it. But I'm just saying we are not going to do that with it because I want to keep this thing on the shelf for a long time and keep it in good shape. So we appreciate you guys watching, though, like I said. So make sure you smash that like button down below, and we will see you next time.